You have to stop hitting your wedges so high. If you want to be a good wedge player, you have to learn to flight the ball low and right at the target. Throwing it high is not going to work. We got to throw the ball right at the flag. If you watch Dustin Johnson, all of his wedges come out nice and low and penetrating at the flag. Very rarely does he hit it high. So I'm going to teach you in this video how to flight the ball low like Dustin Johnson. Let's do this. What's up guys, my name is Wade Fullingham. I'm going to show you how to flight your wedges low. I'm also going to explain why that's important and why the best players in the world flight their wedges low. So the reason why they flight their wedges low, let me give you an example. Let's say I gave you a target 50 yards in front of you, or let's just say 25 yards, something you can throw. And I say, hey, I want you to land, I just want it to land right on the pin. I don't care that it stops there, I just want it to land on the pin. Are you going to throw it as high as you can, or are you going to throw it right at it? I'm going to say most of you guys are going to say throw it right at it because you can control distance better going this way than you can going up, okay? We have to be able to control the loft at impact as well. So how much loft are we putting on this club? So it's a lot harder to control distance when you're adding a bunch of loft. It's a lot easier when you de-loft it. We'll get into that in just a minute. But the best players in the world flight it low so that they can control the number. That's the key. They've got to control the number. I talked about a video way back when talking about, you got to have good dynamic loft at impact, good contact, and control your speed to hit your distances. But this video is talking about flighting it low and hitting your numbers. So how do we do that? Well, most tour players put the ball middle to slightly back. They don't put it way back off their back foot because they're going to use dynamic shaft lean at impact to get to de-loft the club. They're not going to do it by putting it all the way on the back of their toe. Okay, so it's just slightly back of center. And what they're going to do is they're going to lean onto their left leg, about 65% of their weight on their lead leg, going to have some forward press. And when they come into the ball, they're rotating and they're keeping that shaft down and through, depending on the type of shot you're going to hit. Sometimes they'll release it a little bit more to take in more of the bounce, depending on the lie. But in general, they're trying to hit the very bottom of the club face. Now, how are we going to hit the bottom of the club face? Well, we have to be shallow on the downswing. So when we come down, the shaft has to be on this arm and from the inside, because if we get from the outside, we're going to dig and we're going to go too deep. So when you're working on your wedges, we want to make sure when you take your backswing here and when we come down that it's on this right forearm. It's pretty flat right here. So when we come into the ball, we should make nice, shallow divots. They should not be very deep. If they're really deep, then more than likely you're coming outside and down. So we need nice, shallow divots. We want to hit it on the low end of the face down here. And how we do that is coming in shallow, okay? And then we want to make sure we're rotating our chest. We want to make sure we're turning our chest. That's one thing Dustin Johnson does really well is a lot of chest rotation, is he's not flipping the hands at impact. You don't see a bunch of angle like this coming through. His chest is turning. He's maintaining this shaft angle through the impact zone and through, and he takes very little divot. It's almost like he's just bruising the grass. That's one of the phrases he said in one of his videos. He feels like he's just bruising the grass, okay? So I'm going to hit a couple here. And you're going to see some numbers here on TrackMan. You're going to see the launch angle, spin rate, height. I'm going to hit a stock shot on what I see most amateurs do, and I want you to see the numbers here. So I'm going to hit a few here. I'm going to try to hit this roughly 65, 70 yards, somewhere right in there. Okay, let's see about that. That was a lot of release. That's 57 yards, so that's close to 60. Okay. So there was a lot of release there. You can see the launch angle is 43. That went really high. So now I'm going to show you what the best players in the world do. Ball's a little bit back, weight's on my left leg, shafts forward. I'm going to rotate my chest and maintain this shaft angle coming through impact. So here, you can see my finish is nice and low. Okay, I got a lot more carry, but you look at that launch angle. It's now 35 degrees. The total height was 48 feet. So if you watched my follow through, it was here and here, but you didn't see a lot of this come through impact. So I came in impact, controlling the loft, rotated my chest, finished the target with a nice straight line coming through. There wasn't a lot of flip through the impact zone, okay? So I'm gonna hit another one. Try to flight this ball low so you can see these numbers. Ball's a little bit back, weight's on my lead leg, shaft is forward. I'm gonna really focus hard on chest rotation and maintaining this shaft lean coming through. So here we go. That should be nice and low. That's gonna have a lot of spin coming into the shot. 63 yards, 8,400 spin, 35 launch. You can see how much lower that is. Now I'm gonna go back and hit the old swing where I'm releasing the club, and you're gonna see the launch angle jump up. So this is where my guys that I teach all the time, where they flip it. So they go here, a lot of release. See, launch angle jumped up to 41. I actually got less spin out of that shot, and the total height was higher. And you can see the ball's going shorter, so I'm not getting as much hit out of it. Now I feel like I'm taking the same length backswing and swinging the same speed, but I'm not getting the same distance. So if you want to hit your numbers better, you've got to flight it low. And remember, the keys are chest rotation, making sure you keep rotating through the hit, because if you stall out right here, then all of a sudden the club's going to release and you're going to flip. So some good drills are, take a towel, I don't have one with me right now, put it under your arms, pinch it, and focus really hard on rotating your chest and getting it to finish just like this without a lot of release. So you should be able to finish in nice straight lines without a lot of club head release. Because like I said, we got to control the loft, which this is loft. We have to be able to maintain this forward shaft lean through the hit zone so that we can flight that ball nice and low, so we can hit shots that are really low with a bunch of spin. And you saw right there, I create more spin when I'm flighting it low than when I hit it high. Let me hit one more for you. So ball slightly back, 65% of weight on my lead leg, hands forward. Really gonna focus on chest rotation and finishing nice and low. .34 degrees, look at that, 9,300 spin. I get more spin out of that shot. It comes out lower. That's a shot that's probably gonna hit and spin back just a little bit. So if you wanna create more spin, then you've got to try to flight the ball low. This is a 6-degree wedge. Flight it low, control that dynamic loft at impact, and you'll get those low, nice spinners. Key, chest rotation, last little thing I'm gonna say, okay? Making sure that you get your setup right, a little bit more pressure on your lead leg, hands forward. One last thing I mentioned a while back was making sure you're nice and shallow right here. You're not getting really steep this way. The shaft's coming from the inside. We don't want it way back here either, so we need to be right on this forearm here, and then we're coming into the ball. And like I said, you should make nice, shallow divots, because that's how you're gonna hit it low on the face and get those lower launching shots. Because when you come steep, it's gonna ride the face and you're gonna hit it higher on the face, and you're gonna struggle with launch angle, distance control, all sorts of funny things. So I hope that helped you understand how a guy like Dustin Johnson can be so good with his wedges, because he's so good at turning his chest through the ball. He makes sure he hits in the same spot on the face every single time. So anyways, that leads me into what I want to tell you about. I have a free course for you guys. It's my 3 keys to producing consistent golf swing. So there's 3 things that we're gonna look for. You're gonna look at face positions, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about how to release the club, and one more, I'm gonna leave that a little bit of a secret on there. Go check that out, there's a link below. I want you to go join that free course. It's completely free. All you gotta do is sign up for it. And I'm gonna show you how to develop a consistent golf swing, what positions in your swing that you may have problems with that might be causing inconsistencies. I'm gonna show you how to get rid of those. So go check out that free course. Besides that, guys, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Give me a thumbs up. That helps more people see my videos. I would much appreciate it. And we'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.